Okay. Obviously, a lot of you guys are now at home, quarantined. What piece of equipment do I recommend if you want to get a good pump and just kind of do some accessories whilst you're at home and just kind of get a little bit of motivation? Basically, I came into the gym tonight and I was like gonna do some front squats, and then I just wasn't in the mood. I wasn't feeling it. I was like, kind of lethargic from the day, whatever. And then we've just done the first piece. We have one round to go, and I had motivation for it, so I was like, let's do it. Basically, what it is, you just need a band. Right, bands are freaking awesome because they have resistance concentrically and eccentrically, and they're just like, you can make them as hard as you want. You can buy a band for like £5. Get a couple of different colors. First superset that like I'm recommending for you guys to do is like an accessory for the arm. If your arms, biceps, forearms blow up in ring muscle ups, high volume chest to bars are one of the big ones. You know, when you get that horrible pump that's about here. Or if you struggle on locking out the dip in ring dips, this is a great superset to build up like endurance in those movements. So what we did, 5 rounds, 20 just simple extensions into 20 hammer curls with the band. What we do, keep the elbows tucked in to your side. There's none of this. I don't want this.
Do that again.
There's no movement of the elbows. You just set the elbows back in and down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just go to extension. And what I don't want to see with the band, and what people do a lot, is they do this. Keep it controlled on the way, get a good squeeze, keep it in control back. 20 reps. Once you've done 20 of those, either take the band off the thing, stand on it. What I would recommend is, obviously it's a lot easier if you're holding the end of the band. The closer you get to your feet, the harder it is, right? So I'll go probably about here. Perfect for like the Brachioradialis, the thing that comes around the side of your arm. Again with this one, squeeze, not moving the elbow, stays in the same position, and then control it on the way down. Pump up the arms. 5 rounds, just go back to back, 20 unbroken, back and forth, 100 reps on each. Your arms will go balloony. Next one. Don't take them off now.
I didn't know what you were doing. Is anybody else, after this whole coronavirus thing, now I have been using moisturiser, but I literally, especially with the puppy, I've been washing my hands like feels like every 5 minutes. My hands are so sore.
When you're doing a band workout at 6 PM, but you gotta go rob someone down the street at 8 PM.
I am a supportive girlfriend. I put my glass of wine down to come in here with you tonight. I'm here for the morale.
So, why are we doing these supersets with bands? Why is the weight so light? Why are we just going back and forth? For me, like this accessory kind of stuff is building muscular endurance, right? The thing for me at the moment, and for the kind of like over the last 6 months, I've kind of stripped back the cardio and I'm not lifting too heavy just because of my back. What I've been focusing on more is building my muscular endurance in my arms and my shoulders. So then when I can build my cardiovascular system back up, my body can hold on for more reps before going to failure, muscular failure, rather than breathing failure. So then hopefully when I bring back the cardio, I can hold on for bigger sets, do longer sets, and be able to kind of have less rest between workouts and be able to gauge. So right now, especially with handstand push-ups, because I've been doing them a lot over the last 6 months, I now know what my kind of threshold is and when I'm going to fail, and even though sometimes I'm like locking out and I'm like, oh, I know I've got another couple in the tank, whereas before I wouldn't have known that. The thing that I really like about bands and using it as kind of like my accessory stuff, we'll do this once, twice a week, is just time and attention. You can get a lot of reps done. You can kind of condition your muscles to be able to just keep pushing through fatigue, but also it's constant time and attention. So when I'm here, even though it looks like I'm not doing anything, the pecs are on stretch and they're actively, because if I let go, I'm actively working against the bands. So then I'm actively working here and at the top of the range. Say if you were doing this as a bench press, when you're at the top of the range, yes, you're going to have a bit of control, but your muscles aren't going to be being pulled constantly. So you can get good time and attention, good amount of volume in, and not necessarily burn out the muscle if you're going like you would do if you're going super heavy. Superset number 2. This one is a good fun one for when you want to put on your t-shirt to walk around the house by yourself during this crisis. One of the ones where you pump yourself up and go look in the mirror. Can't say that. You can love yourself. Hands just below pecs. Push forward, squeeze the chest. Pretend you have like a pen in between your chest. Squeeze. 20 reps. Again, controlling that way back. This is good, honestly, for like even something as simple as burpees. Are you one of those people that have been injured in an accident? Are you one of those people that when you do a lot of burpees, yeah, you're going to be breathing hard, but is it your shoulders that blow up a little bit, or your arms? Or your chest? And this is a good exercise just to build that endurance and that. Any sort of pushing movements. It'll even make you better at rowing. It won't. But this will. This one, 20 rows. What you do, depress the shoulders, chest up, and proud. Pull. So your thumbs are level with your belly button. Squeeze between your shoulder blades. Good thing is with this too, is a lot of people have shoulder issues from being slumped at a computer desk all day or just generally walking around life like this. This is a good one for opening back up that posture, but also this is just good for any sort of pulling movements. But one thing that I really like the carryover for is when you're setting up for a clean, what a lot of people tend to not do when they clean is they just kind of hold the bar and then drive up. What you want to think about with this is you're actively engaging those lats. That's where you want to be in a clean. You're working on that solid foundation of pinning your shoulders back. You'll add kilos to your clean. It's just a kind of good tool, obviously, for back activation and being able to put in volume, but also over time in doing this, you might not feel it in your back when you first start off, but then once you get used to this and you do it once or twice a week and you get a good pump in your back, for that mind muscle and knowing how it should feel to contract your back and then how that should feel in other weightlifting movements. So it's a good way to just mind muscle. Talked about it a lot in bodybuilding, but we don't talk too much about it in CrossFit. Yeah, 20 back and forth, 5 rounds. Woo.
Did you catch me yawn, Mom? I'm such a bad advocate for fitness tonight. Stop it.
Upper body pumped. You've probably seen those exercises before. This one is like one of my favorites that I don't think I've ever shown you guys. It's really good for just hitting those hamstrings and glutes, but in a different way. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be resisting the forward motion, but also you're going to be eccentrically loading the hamstring and concentrically at the same time as resisting the movement. What you want to do, and we all know that a strong booty and strong hamstrings are vital for a big, clean, solid, massive squat. And if you don't do lunges often enough and they come up in the open, they ruin you. What you want to do is get super close to the foot, knee over the ankle, chest up, so like your upper back is engaged, solid grip, push away till you get a straight leg. Knee to the floor, straight leg. Because what I'm doing when I'm holding these bands is I'm actively resisting being pulled here, which is the hamstring holding me up in that vertical plane, but also I'm moving it through motion. You do 20 on each leg. Without stopping, you're going to be burning, like burning. Guarantee it. And it's good because if high volume lunges come up in the open this year, or just generally high volume squats, you know that pain that you get sometimes when you do high volume squat cleans where you've gone through a big pull and then you've squatted out the bottom, that constant tension that you get from doing squat cleans over and over and over, that burn, this simulates it. So it's good for just building that kind of tolerance, and it gets you out of breath. And as a byproduct, you get some strong traps for just holding on, and your freaking hands, you're like, by the end of it, your grip is like, are we done yet? It's just a good little thing. For us tonight, that was literally like 35 minutes. Arms, chest back, a little bit of legs. Solid night of bands.
All we need is something to tie it round, a floor,
Yep.
and some bands that are very reasonably
And if that
priced.
doesn't kill you off and that ain't enough for you, one more thing that you'll see a lot of weightlifters do, they'll usually wrap it around the neck and do good mornings. I don't really like this. I just feel like it's just awkward. If you want to get, for me, more of a stimulus, I would say double it up. Here, still keep your legs straight. They're much more active. Again, it's hitting those hamstrings and glutes. I'll go to the side. Keeping that back flat, legs straight. So after you've done those, I'm going to do it now because now I've got myself pumped up for it. 100 for time, for quality. Finish off. Tomorrow, I can guarantee you, you'll be like, whoa. Good little session. Sweating. Right, 100 of these, Jazz. We weren't going to do it, but we are now, right on the board. Once you write stuff on the board, you're like, no going back. We did 3 rounds of those, 20 on each leg. 100 good mornings.
I'm sorry.
Are you yawning again?
It's been a long day.
Every day you should wake up and it should be a good morning. You know?
Isn't that right?
Because you're alive and you're kicking. I was going to think of something inspirational then, but just, it's true. You're alive and kicking. And then you get the bands out, and you get the arms pumped, and you feel all swollen, swollen sassy. Carla's just helping me untangle it so we can put it away. All right, Carla. Rains.
Get it up, Carla. She's now a husky.
This looks fun. Exploring the... Oh no, she's given up on it.
Oh.
Or has she? No, she's giving it a little nib. Oh, here we go.
Rope climbs.
Rope climbs, here we come. That's it.
That's what we need. We just need the rope.
Oh,
What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, and then, yay!